Here we go. Hey, this is my first YouTube live. Uh, so uh, talking about the Bills. Last couple of weeks, I was sick. I was in the hospital and everything with my appendix and stuff. So I am back here. So hopefully we can continue this. So um, let me know what you guys think about this and everything. This is my first live. So the Buffalo Bills in the last couple of weeks, you know, with the offense and snow and the snow globe we had and everything, that was fantastic against Miami, beating Miami, clinching the playoffs, and then going to Chicago, windier and stuff. Storm last weekend here at a blizzard in Buffalo, uh, in Western New York, and everything. So, like, with the Bills beating Chicago, there's two throws that he threw to McKenzie they should have never thrown. I mean, McKenzie's not the height for that. That's the stuff on Diggs and stuff, and so you gotta work with that. So we're gonna work on that. Grit and Crowder signing uh, Cole Beasley back and everything. So hopefully that will help us and everything. So, but the Buffalo Bills have to get ready for the playoffs. Get that number one seed so Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs can come on to Buffalo and play us in that AFC Championship game that we're going to win. Go to the Super Bowl in Arizona. You know, Chapter 1, make the playoffs. Chapter 2, win your division. Chapter 3, number one seed. Chapter 4, get to the AFC Championship game. Chapter 5, play in the Super Bowl. You know, do all that and everything. So with the Buffalo Bills and everything, they have to, you know, get ready for the playoffs. Josh Allen's got to play his A game. So the Buffalo Bills are going to play the Bengals. I have friends who are Bengals fans and everything. So, you know, uh, so we gotta beat the Bengals, keep that number one seed, and then beat New England. We know Kansas City's gonna beat up Denver. There's no way, even though they fired their coach and everything. So they could have momentum, but I don't see that happening. The Raiders could beat Kansas City, um, but we'll never know. We could see what happens. They got everything to gain, nothing to lose, but their Carr sitting. You know, speaking of Derek Carr, with his sitting, benched the rest of the season. They could opt out this off season and everything. So who knows? If you're new to the channel, hit like, subscribe. Bill's King Mafia. Let's keep this rolling. Uh, so let's, you know, David Carr. So could he end up in the Giants, Washington, the Jets? Who knows what's going to happen, and all that and everything. So, but the Jets have to focus 100% on Lamar Jackson. What's going on with that? Yeah, he's a little banged up right now, but do you want him to play? And stuff like that. Can Miami keep that last playoff spot alive, or is it going to be Jacksonville or Tennessee and everything? So who knows what's going to happen with the game tonight and everything. So I think Jacksonville is going to make the playoffs and everything. So we'll see what happens. But back to the Buffalo Bills. They got to beat. They got a tough defense. Cincinnati's on its roll and everything. We're going to the jungle, so we got to get everybody there. It's only was it 7 hour drive, 8 hours? Not too bad. So I don't know how far it is from here. Um, but Bill's Mafia shows up, so hopefully they'll show up and everything and all that. So, um, but they gotta, you gotta get Diggs more involved, you know, and if the Bills, you know, get to the Super Bowl and win it, that'd be great. If they went to, on Monday night, that we can get that number one spot, definitely for sure, because that's our biggest test right now. Is the Bengals. Bengals have an outside shot of getting the number one seed, but we don't want to be number three, you know. So let's beat them. Let everybody come to us. Let them, we get that first round, division round, and then championship, and then Super Bowl. So that's it. 3 games. Get that number one seed. We'll only have to play 3 games, and that's it. And Josh Allen is really good in the postseason. The touchdowns, the interception ratio, and everything. What does he have? 2 interceptions and 17 touchdowns or something like that in the postseason. So let's keep that going. Now, as far as the Jets, Zach Wilson, I think is gone. Uh, he's going to be gone. Mike White will stay. Flacco he'll be gone, but Lamar Jackson could end up there, or Derek Carr can end up there. You know, or the Giants, or Washington. Who knows? Daniel Jones, he's a free agent this year too. Excuse me. And we don't know what's going to happen with Daniel Jones. Are you going to really franchise tag him? He's not a franchise quarterback, and you're going to pay him that money, a franchise tag. Baltimore could do that with Lamar Jackson, and Derek Carr could probably be released. They'll eat whatever. I don't know exact numbers on that and money wise, but he could eat. The Raiders are going to eat that money, so I think they're releasing the off season and everything. So we'll see what happens with that. And so let's see what goes on with that. And the Buffalo Bills got to get that number one seed. And then, once they get that number one seed and then they win the Super Bowl, which I think they are going to, um, just if they do, Buffalo is going to be rocked, worse than LA riots and everything else. When LA wins the Super Bowl or they win championship games to the Lakers and anything else, it's going to be, and we're going to be shut down for the week. It'll be a national holiday. So next year it'll be like, oh, everybody has this day off, and get paid for it. Justin Washington, New York, and everything. So Josh Allen did it. It's going to be tough for him to get MVP this year, but still a little hope in there. You never know. If he could beat Patrick Mahomes in touchdowns, he's got 700 something, over 700 yards rushing. Yeah, he leads the league in interceptions, but he'll calm down, and we'll go from there and everything. So let's just focus on that. But in the off season, if the Jets get Lamar or Derek Carr, and Derek Carr's got the Jets got a defense, so Derek Carr has got that backup to help him because they got a defense, that can wreck. So Bills in the offseason will have to go and draft or free agency to get a wide receiver to help Stephon Diggs. To help with um, uh, Davis, Gabriel Davis, and everything. Went blank. And get some wide receiver help in the drafts and the free agency to keep that going, to help Diggs and Allen and stuff, and to keep competitive. Because Miami's going to be hell. We don't know what's going to happen with Tua with his third concussion in 16 weeks, and some people are talking retirement, and we don't know all that. So we gotta hope he doesn't retire, and hopefully he's healthy. But his health is more important than anything. So hopefully he's healthy, and all that. So I know he's not playing this week. You know, I would just sit him and everything. So rest of the season, worry about the off season, evaluate him. You know, let him sit for a month, and then evaluate him, and then let him sit another month, evaluate him every month until you're ready to start mini camp and training camp and everything else. So with Tua and everything. But if he can't go again and retires, Derek Carr could end up in Miami, or somebody else. They got wide receivers, you know. They will go and get somebody, a veteran, and it'll be a decent, pretty good veteran. And then maybe they'll draft and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Um, so Mitch Morrison, for the Bills center, he's been cleared protocol. He's at full practice today. Um, Addison and a couple other players are hurt, with hamstring, knee, a calf. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on those. Hamstrings is really bad. Calf, maybe it's just you know Charlie horse kind of thing. So maybe just need a little massage or a little bruised. So could be. We still got days. What we got, 4 days till game time. So you know we got some time and everything. So we'll get some practice in. Hopefully we'll get in the next couple days, and we'll be good. So we need our defense. We're starting to get slowly getting healthy. Besides the ones that are out for the season, which is Miller, Big Blow, and Micah Hyde. You know, we're gonna need those guys for next season. But hopefully Hyde can play again. You know, neck injuries is nothing to mess around with. So we'll see. They'll evaluate that and see. But they're gonna have to draft or free agency a safety to help, if I can't go. Even if Poyer gets hurt again, you have a reliable backup. Even if I say draft, or maybe somebody who can work in your system, in your defensive system. Frazier, he might get a head coaching job. Indy's probably going to look for one. We know Denver's going to be looking for one. So we'll have to see what happens out there and everything. So we'll see, with all that and everything, and how the season play out. So, um, but the Bills, got to get wide receivers. They're in off season and some safety. You know, who knows what's going to happen with Edmund and everything and all that. So if he comes back, you know, do we franchise tag him? You know, if we even use it, we haven't used it the last couple of years. So we'll see what happens with that. But Monday night is going to be the big matchup. So, you know, uh, we got to see Burrow versus Allen. We got, you know, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Those are your four quarterbacks in the NFL. They're competing, and they're all in the AFC. Nothing in the NFC. So we'll see what happens. And we go from there and everything. So, but that's one of the big key matchups. We know Holmes and Allen head to head. Kelly and Marino. So was it Steve Young and um, Troy Aikman? So they collided and stuff like that. So you know, we'll have to see what happens now with all that and everything. San Francisco could be a team that could be in the Super Bowl. Philadelphia, so who knows what's going to happen. So we know we'll have to see what happens. I think Jacksonville is definitely going to be in, and they could be scary. Giant or not Giant Lions. Detroit Lions could be in. They could be really scary over there. So those are two teams. You know, are they going to host and stuff like that? You know, and then teams with worse records. I've heard today talk about it, and I'll talk about it here on my YouTube channel, Bill's King Mafia. If you're new, hit like, subscribe. Uh, can they change the format? You know, you're below 500 and you're going to make the playoffs. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? 8 wins and you're going to make it in. 7 wins, you're going to make it in. Hell, it might get to the point where it's going to be 6 teams or 6 wins get you in. Like, holy cow. As long as you win your division, doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? And all that. So we have to see what happens with all that. So, hopefully they could change the rules on that where, you win your division, but you don't get to host a home game. You know, oh, you're 11 and, or was it 12? Where were we? 12-3. So you're 14. You know what I mean? You know, you have 11 wins. I have 8, but you're coming to my house. Sorry. You know what I mean? That's like, come on. If you have more wins than the other team, you should be hosting. You wouldn't be in the top 4. You'd be the 5th seed, and you'd be the you know the 5th seed, 6th seed, and 7th seed. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be in the top 4. No way. Definitely no way. You should be allowed. 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You know what I mean? All that. So hopefully we'll see what happens with rule changes and stuff like that. I also could see a rule changing. You can't help push the line. Your quarterback or your running back. And all that. I hope they don't because it's part of the game. You're helping. It's a team game, so you're helping your teammate get the first down or get the touchdown. Whatever you need, field goal range and all that. So we'll have to see what happens. So um, I'm gonna try go live Monday night. So hopefully you guys will tune in. Bills, Bengals, 8:30. So tune in. I will keep it updated. I'm on Twitter, Miller Time Sports, Miller Time Sports. Um, so yeah, Miller Time Sports Show. I think. Um, I just started that Twitter, so follow me there. Facebook Miller Time Sports Show. So hit me up, hit like, subscribe.